Today is going to be about the development of infants. And my name is Mariah Diaz. Here I will show the stages of development, which are physical development, cognitive development, emotional development, and social development. On this slide, I do give a breakdown of each: physical, intellectual, emotional, and social. Months 0 to 3, I did do the physical development, cognitive development, emotional development, and social development. For 0 to 3 months, infants begin to lift their heads and shoulders. Babies begin to roll over and use their arms and legs. For the cognitive development, they begin to make noises like ooh and ah and coos. Recognizing faces and voices. For emotional development, smile and laughter begin to happen. For social development, they enjoy touch and cuddling and swaddling. For 4 to 8 months, the physical development is they can hold themselves up while sitting. They're creeping and crawling. The cognitive development is they're more talkative, using blabbing, reacting to specific things, learning while using their mouth. So they're being more active on grabbing things and sticking it in their mouth to determine what it is. For the emotional development, they fear loud noises and unfamiliar faces, happiness from familiar voices and faces as well. For social, they love to be held the most during this time. They like to be played with, like with their toes and fingers. They understand the relationships of their caregivers or parents. For 9 to 12 months, the physical development, they're finally fully crawling and standing and walking alone, standing on furniture, trying to get those 1 or 2 steps in to fully walk. For the cognitive development, they're responding when spoken to. They're using simple gestures like food, or they want to use a restroom. They're using syllables like baba, dada, mama. For emotional development, they're beginning to have separation anxiety from their caregivers or parents, not being around people that they're aware of or who they know. So if they're starting daycare, they might have like anxiety or discomfort, I would say, not with the person. For social development, they're beginning to establish relationships and picking up on interests, whether that's in school or in TV shows that they're watching, or toys that they're playing with, colors that they're liking, numbers that they're favoriting. From the ages of 12 to 24 months, which is 1 and 2, they're finally fully walking, running, and climbing. Their cognitive development, they're speaking full words. They're piecing together sentences. Emotional development, they're having mood swings and temper tantrums while using words and emotion. For social development, they're being able to do things themselves, for seeing and learning things around them, which include putting on shoes, picking out clothes, and dressing themselves, trying to attempt to tie their shoe, throwing something away, using their own fork and spoon by themselves. For me, they mostly all have cultural influences besides physical development in infants, simply because it doesn't span there just yet. And I feel that whenever you reach adolescence and adulthood, it could be a little bit different for physical development. But for the development of infants, it does just have to do with walking and crawling and getting all those motor skills in an infant. So I feel like that is all the same. But when it comes to cognitive development, it is influenced strongly around the ages of 6 to 24 months, just because at that time you're beginning to speak a language or give a religion or incorporate something into a child's life that is new, that might not be what they're reading or learning or seeing, or they are picking up a language or religion or different vocabulary from something that they're watching and interacting with. For social development, I feel that it is culturally influenced, because once infants hit the age where they can take interest in things, they can receive that that knowledge or that new interest in anything, in a movie, in the way somebody's walking on the streets, or a toy that their friend is playing with, a song that their teacher played for them, a show that their mom watched with them, something that their mom was eating. It can literally be influenced in any way in an infant's life, in the infancy stage of life, and during that 1 and 2 year old period mostly. But it is highly culturally influenced. Thank you so much for listening to the development of infants with me. During the infancy stage of life, it is very complex but very simple at the same time. It is consistently changing, and it makes it easier on a kid if we can just adapt to what they're learning and what is new around them. From the information that I got and the knowledge that I see daily with family members of mine, that has helped me and got me to understand them a little bit more. So I feel like that could be very helpful. Thank you so much.